You would sleep through your own hanging, Jack.
I'll just assume they'd wake me.
There's only 1 hour before daylight, Jack. 1 hour to escape the hangman's noose.
Escape. My favorite two-syllable word. You have a plan?
Always. Just follow my lead, eh?
Alright, welcome to Brothers Forge Gaming! Right here we have Pirates of the Caribbean on the PlayStation 2. Now, originally I had played this game on PS3, and I was really excited actually. I was planning on doing a review and having a good time with that one. I'd picked it up reasonably priced at a GameStop on one of their sales or something. I was like, oh, this looks fun.
Hey, you, be careful. The guards are all around here. Just chain your attacks and you can beat them easily. Now, quick.
And anyway, I was playing the game and I was like,
think you can battle me?
Maybe if I keep at it, it will get better. Maybe it'll quit with all the tutorial, this or that, and that coupled with terrible controls, super sticky, horrid camera angles. Pirates of the Caribbean on the PS3 was just awful. I ended up clearing the first level, and I was like, I'll probably never play this game again, which is unfortunate because it had a ton of cool features. As you go through these levels, there's, you know, obviously secrets and different things you can unlock and things that give you a reason to go back to the levels. But there's also a level of notoriety that you gain. There's gold. You know, funny pirate terms. I think I was like a salty sea dog or scurvy sea dog or something at the end of the level. So you can always up your status by going back and completing everything to 100%. So, you know, it's kind of, as I talked about, a lot of games in this era get coupled in with God of War. Everything that isn't a sports game or a fighting game
some
or
of
a
these
platformer
stupid guards think they're
is
crack hands
basically
at
like
doing.
any action game was basically God of War. And in this,
and wait for a
kind of
real
maybe
good
tries to be a very watered down version of God of War, which is good because that game's like, you know, it was a mature game for adults or older people, you know, not for kids. And whereas like a younger audience could play this game, plus they get to, you know, if they like the Pirates movies, they can watch the movies, play the game, have a good old time. And, you know, it's got that good music, good animation, great cutscenes. There's a lot going for this game. But as I've mentioned, on the PS3, it was just, to me, it was basically unplayable. So I had reservations about this PS2 version. In fact, I was actually looking through a pile of games to maybe trade.
All the loot the guard stole from us is stashed in a hidden room above the armory. Seems a shame to be locked up like that, if you know what I mean, eh?
I was looking through the collection for games to maybe trade or get rid of, something like that, and I saw this one. I was like, oh, okay, I picked this up on PS2 at some point. I think I actually traded for it at one point. And I didn't forget about it, but I didn't think it was the same game as the one I'd gotten on PS3, and it turns out that it is. And the first level is very similar, except for they make you do certain things in the game that make it frustrating. Like, okay, you get, you know, it's PS3, so they've got to make it, you know, more upgraded. You've got to do all these different shooting things and different sequences that are just unnecessary. But they try to add depth to the game by making you do tedious tasks, and it's frustrating. And that's the kind of stuff that'll ruin a game for me. And actually, we talk about this too. Is it good? You know, I usually go with the comparison between the NES and the SNES. There's that 92, 93 era where games were being made for both systems, and a lot of time you think, oh, it's the same game, it's going to be the same. Example I like to use is The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, a completely different game on the Super Nintendo. I actually enjoy the Nintendo version of it better. Yeah, it's not as good and impressive graphically and gameplay-wise and all that, but I feel like what they were working with they did a better job with it, and then, you know, when it went to the 16-bit, they felt like they had to do too much, and yet they weren't capable of doing the things that they were trying to do, so it just added a layer of frustration to a game that otherwise would have been excellent. And I feel like that happened here with Pirates of the Caribbean on the PS2. So that's another area of gaming I'm going to be looking into, is especially right now, because PS3 games, Xbox 360, those games are at an all-time low price, guys. Wii games, Wii U, all that stuff. If you're looking to get some games and you want to start a gaming collection, you might want to start there. GameStop basically gives away these games at $2 a piece if you watch the sales, and you can get, you know, 20 games for like, what is that, 40 bucks or something crazy. I mean, you can just build it. You can start amassing a collection now of your PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii games for very reasonable, and you don't have to go very far to find them. You do just have to look. You have to dig through their piles and stuff, which is part of the fun of game hunting, right? So there you go. Yeah, that's another area I'm going to be looking into. I'm going to try to find games that were made for both the PS3 and the PS2 late cycle, and I'm going to be looking to see how many games there are that are actually better on the PS2. And I'm sure the same goes for PS1 and PS4. And, you know, each time there's a generation leap, I'm going to just assume that there's a handful of games that are possibly better on the old-gen console games. So we're going to look for that maybe once I get an official list together, or, you know, more defined list together. Maybe I'll bring some kind of piece to the channel. You know, hey, top 5 games on old gen console that beat the next gen. You know, something like that. Working title. Got to remember to write this down, or, you know, I got it on audio playback here if I ever need to. If I happen to watch this video and forget what I said. Oh yeah, I said it in the video. I'll just have to go back and watch it. But anyway, so what happens is you take a completely unplayable game on PS3, and it was put out on PS2. Maybe it was put out first, maybe the PS3 one came later. Not sure the order of that. I'm going to just assume that the PS3 one came out, and then they ported it to the PS2, just tweaking down some of the features. But and it's those features that actually made the game, to me, unplayable. So right here you have a perfectly playable game. Like I said, it's very similar to like your God of War kind of game, just nowhere near, you know, it's a completely watered down version of that, but in a way that's not a bad thing. It's a certain level of fun. If you've ever played God of War on like hard, it is not fun. It's work, and it's grindy, and jackanism. I always thought that was a funny term there, so. But yeah, you know, you play your God of War on difficult modes. It's not fun. It's hard. I mean, it's cool to unlock stuff and challenge yourself. But if you're looking to just have a good time, this Pirates of the Caribbean game is excellent, and it has a tremendous amount of replay value. There's tons of unlocks. Towards the end of the video, I can't remember if I cut it out or not, but there's a treasure room. It's got multiple different things. You know, you've got your jackanisms, you've got gold, there's a set amount of treasures and stuff in each level, and all of those things and unlocks. You can unlock scenes, you can unlock character model, you know, all this cool stuff you can unlock. This is a completely playable game, and I would assume that it's not going to be too difficult. I'm sure the later levels will add a certain level of challenge that may otherwise, you know, that it's going to be somewhat difficult. Most games progress in a sense where the last level you got to be able to play the game to beat it, but for the most part you could easily enjoy this game. As you can see here, it's going to show you all the different stuff I was talking about, the notoriety, just the different unlocks throughout the level. Anyway, guys, this is a very excellent and fun game. I highly recommend you pick it up if you see it on the PS2 out there. I've seen it several times just laying around in the bargain bins and stuff like that. So you should be able to grab it. Or hey, if you see it at a trade night or you go to a convention and somebody has a boatload of PS2 games, it might be in there for cheap. And you can get yourself a really fun game, probably for a handful of bucks. And I could see at least 20 hours of playtime coming through this game, and that's if you just probably want to beat it. Now, if you want to go in 100% complete, you could be looking at 40 hours of gameplay for a handful of bucks. Plus, you immerse yourself in the world of Pirates of the Caribbean, Disney, you know, one of the best storytellers around. We were actually watching what was that? Sleeping Beauty last night. Excellent.
Be
Disney
careful,
film.
mate.
Really shows you
There's
what good
quite a lot of
storytellers
nasty
they are.
instruments
Or
lying
can
about.
be. Submission, as you can see there.
Cheers, me hearty.
Well, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, found some information in here that was useful to you, and maybe possibly found a game that you want to play, or even just collect, because hey, it's Pirates of the Caribbean, it's Disney. What else is there to say? That just says collectible all over.
How
We'll see you
dare you
next
think
time.
you can fight me?
Fight like a puppy dog.
They set him up, I knock him down. Which is always the way. Fortune favors the brave, mate. You have a face of time. Good to see neither my skills nor my blade are rusty.
Company, Jack. Lots of company. Keep this close, Jack. Here's what you've got to do now. Savvy? You have to find the elusive gypsy Tia Dalma. She's in Port Royal somewhere. She can help you rally the pirate brethren, Jack, and that's the only thing as might save our skins.
Normally I would oblige, however, regrettably and lamentably, there's not a sail in sight. Bootstrap Bill Turner on the Black Pearl.
For old time's sake, I'll be here to warn you. Davy Jones is on his way. The demands is due. Get yourself off these waters, Jack. You're sold for the pearl, Jack. It was a deal you made. What you owe him. So run, Jack. Run, get to land.
Topside! Everyone, make sail!